Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Stacey if you're new here, and if you don't know, I am a Dream Vacations travel advisor specializing in Disney parks and cruises. I do also work with all-inclusive resorts and group trips, but I know the most about Disney and cruises. So all of my information, if you want to work with me, my free quote form will be linked down below. I also post 2 videos a week, a travel video of sorts, and a lifestyle type video, a weekly vlog typically. But this video is going to be different. I am doing a chatty get ready with me. I pulled up some questions from ChatGPT because I couldn't think of any. And I also decided to make this video literally seconds before I started filming because I was getting ready for filming other videos, my outfit planning video for my cruise, which I believe should be up. I'm not sure. We'll see. And I figured why not take the time while I get ready to tell you guys a bunch of stuff about myself. I have some new followers, so let's get into back in time, rewind. We'll get into the chatty get ready with me. I think I'm just gonna do a very simple makeup routine. I am getting ready to do some other filming, like my outfit try on video, which I think will be posted just before this. I don't know. If it's posted, then I'll have that linked below because I'm going on a cruise. Literally in 1 week, I'm leaving. So that's going to be so much fun. But I'm going to do my try on outfit video and then a bunch of short little pack with me segments of the different things that I'm packing. So I am also going to be answering questions and giving you a overview of who I am, because I have some new subscribers on my channel. I just thought it would be fun to introduce myself. I actually pulled up some questions from ChatGPT because my Google search was just giving me some blogs and I didn't want to dig that deep into it. Anyway, I pulled up some get to know you questions from ChatGPT. And yeah, so we'll chat and all of that while I do my makeup. Okay, so I already probably said in my intro that my name is Stacey and I live in New Mexico. I grew up in Colorado. I live like near the border of Colorado. So I wanted to buy a house, my husband and I, and it was getting to be really expensive in the town that we were in Colorado. So we found a really nice house. I love our house in this town in New Mexico. I might just use this as my foundation. I'm not sure. We'll see how it looks once I put it all on, and then I'll like do concealer after that. So the next question is, how old are you? When's your birthday? So I am almost 34 and my birthday is in December, which I will be 34. And so with that, I am a Sagittarius. I don't know what that means. I don't really pay attention to zodiac things, so do with that as you will, because I don't know. The next question is, what's your morning routine like? I don't really have like a crazy solid morning routine because mornings for some reason are a little bit hard for me. So I do what I can the day before. So I'll do like setting out my clothes for the next day. And then I will make sure that like maybe my coffee, because I usually make like iced coffee with my Nespresso machine. And so I'll like refrigerate that the night before, which I don't do every day, but it helps a lot to do it that way. It would be helpful if I did do that every day, but I don't. And that's helpful when I do, but it's a quick thing. A couple of things that I'm trying to implement is making sure I eat breakfast before I go to work, because I usually don't, and then I usually only work 4 or 5 hours. So I will just eat when I get home half the time, because I drive for work and I deliver coffee to grocery stores in my area, and some of those grocery stores are anywhere from an hour to 2 hours away. So I end up driving probably more than I'm actually in the grocery stores. What I had been doing was eating my breakfast when I got home, and usually it's around like noonish, 1 o'clock. So I've been eating really late, and I don't think my body is happy with that. And also my half marathon training, that's not helpful either. So I am working on changing that and eating something in the morning before I leave. Like, I've been eating oatmeal, which has been really good. My morning routine is very simple. Get up, brush my teeth, wash my face, and I don't really wash my face. I just use some salicylic acid pads and moisturizer. Try to get out the door as quickly as possible. Even on my days off, like today, I got up, brushed my teeth, washed my face, made my coffee. I started laundry. I don't normally do that, but I've been really trying to make sure to do my laundry and actually like sort my clothes and take care of my clothes, because I was just throwing everything in one load, no matter what color it is, whites, whatever. And my whites were getting dull. If I do that once a week, I don't really have enough clothes when I separate it to like do really good size loads. So I'm washing my husband's clothes with mine. He has to put his own clothes away, because normally he would just throw his clothes in all at once. But if I'm going to be sorting my clothes anyway, it just makes more sense to have more full loads of laundry than to not. So normally I would do that Sunday in the afternoon after my long run, and then I'm like doing laundry until like 6 or 7 p.m. sometimes even later. So this weekend, well, it was last weekend, I decided that this weekend I'm going to be doing this on Saturday. And originally I was going to do my long run also tomorrow, but I've been having issues with my IT band on my leg, and I'm not going to be doing my long run tomorrow. I'm skipping it this week so I can rest, and then next week I'm adding in an extra 2-miler easy run to make up for that. Next weekend is my long run for my longest run. It's 12 miles before my taper in my half marathon training. So I really want to rest, and this is also going to be my run right before we leave for the cruise. And I am going to be running during my cruise, but I want to be able to do this run before we go. So I know that my longest run is out of the way. I have essentially a 3-week taper, and then my next longest run is a 9-mile and a couple of 6s, and then my race. So, and my IT band, I think, is from driving, the issues I'm having, because it's only on my right leg. So between driving and this marathon training, I haven't really been doing any strength training. I know that it'll help, but I just haven't had that in my routine yet. And I was doing 4 runs a week, and then after my last long run, which was 9 miles, and that's the longest I've ever done, I needed extra days off from running. So I didn't even get the opportunity this week to do a strength training workout because I was resting, and that's what my body needed, which is good, which is fine. Rest is also super important. So I am going to like rest today and tomorrow, and then I believe I scheduled myself 4 runs next week. I'm gonna do 1 leg workout, or maybe I'm doing 3. No, I think I'm doing 4. And then the day before my long run, I'm going to take completely off from running. I'm still going to do probably an upper body workout and just rest, because that's what I have been doing before my long runs. So like my long runs have been on Sunday. So Saturday I would take the entire day as a full-on rest day. Make sure I eat some extra carbs, have some electrolytes, get hydrated on the Saturday, the day before my long run, so that my body can be prepared for my long run the next day. So kind of treating my long run day as race day, because those are the types of things that you would do before a race. I'm hoping that I can rest my leg enough today and tomorrow to be able to execute that plan. So having the shorter runs, I'm hoping, because a lot of the work for long distance training happens in your easy shorter runs, not just the long runs. So I'm hoping that with those changes, I'll be able to still implement that that plan with taking this rest day. And I don't think it'll change too much with my pacing, my estimated pacing for race day. So, okay, next question, coffee or matcha? So I like both. In the morning, my first choice, absolutely coffee. I really like coffee, and for the most part, I really like iced coffee. It's November 1st. And I am still drinking iced coffee. However, it's still fairly warm where I live. Like, it gets cold at night, but for the most part, it's still warm-ish. Like, it still gets into the 60s in the afternoon, which doesn't seem like it would be that warm, but it's a very consistent thing that it is that warm here. So I actually really like that. But anyway, so I will probably switch over to hot coffee really soon, maybe within this month or even into December. Just depends. I haven't had hot coffee in a really long time. And for a while, I was just doing protein drinks in my coffee as coffee creamer, but I got tired of doing that. So I've been just doing coffee creamer, which I love. The Chobani coffee creamers, and right now I have the cookie dough one. It's really good. My husband, every time we're at the store, he's like, they have a cookie dough one. And I'm like, nah, I don't want that right now. And I finally got around to actually trying it. So I'm glad I did. It is very good. Today was the first day that I tried it. It is super tasty. I am done with pumpkin spice. I'm done with those flavors for the season. The next like holiday seasonal flavor I would probably do is peppermint mocha, and I love a hot peppermint mocha coffee. So that will probably be the creamer I choose when I switch over to hot coffee. Next question is, what's your go-to makeup product you can't live without? I don't wear makeup on a daily basis. If I had to choose one singular item, it would probably be a tinted SPF, because that can be so versatile and you don't necessarily need to have a foundation with it, which is how I'm doing my makeup today. Next question is, what is your current favorite scent or perfume? I really don't wear a whole lot of perfumes. I want to get into wearing more perfume, but right now I just don't. I have a body mist from Tree Hut that I like. It's the Coco Colada flavor scent, and that one's pretty good. I typically go for, in the past, whoa, that was a lot of powder. In the past, I would go for a seasonal scent and then switch it out, but I don't really feel like spending money on a million different seasonal scents. So as of right now, I am not doing it that way. So, all right, next question. Are you introverted or extroverted? I am 100% introverted. I have a hard time being around a whole lot of people for a whole lot of duration of time, and I absolutely need time to recharge between social get-togethers. The next question, what is your favorite time of year and why? I love warm weather. So I like summer, spring, and fall. I don't like winter all that much because I don't really like cold. I don't like doing outdoor activities in the winter. So it's not something that I typically gravitate towards. So I really like summer and spring and fall weather. Where I live, summers are very hot. I mean, they're not like southern Arizona hot, but we would consistently get anywhere between 90 to 100 degree weather every single day for the summers. So having the option to travel to southern Colorado, so southwestern Colorado, to go hiking and being outdoors there where the elevation is a little higher, meaning it's a little cooler outside and there's a lot more trees, because I basically live in a desert as well. So that's always nice and it makes it so much easier. So having that as an option is awesome. And our winters are very mild. We don't get a lot of snow. We, like right now, temps are in the mid 30s at night, and we've had like 2 freeze warnings, and that's it so far this fall. And it's been in the 60s, like I said. But come like next week, we're gonna be probably next month, maybe into the middle of this month even, we'll probably be consistently in the 20 to 40 range at night. And all these are Fahrenheit. I live in the US. And during the day, it could be anywhere between 20 to even 50 degrees during the day. It just varies quite a bit. Our average for winter months is like 42 for the high. So we don't typically get that cold for that long, which is nice. I'm gonna do my eyeliner and come back for the next question. Eyeliner's done. These are definitely sisters and not twins. The next question, what's your dream vacation destination? Ooh, that one's hard because I like to travel. Travel is definitely one of my passions. I also sell travel. I am also a travel agent. I really love doing cruises. Like right now, that's probably my go-to mode of travel because you can see multiple different destinations while also enjoying a really cool ship, and I really like doing cruises. However, anywhere in Europe, I absolutely would love to travel to Europe. I've been to Europe once, and I went to Santorini, Greece for a week, and that was a lot of fun. I went there for a yoga retreat, and then that's the extent of my Europe travel that I have done in my life. I would love to do a Northern European cruise itinerary and get to go to Iceland and Norway and just that like general area. That would be a lot of fun. That's probably a bucket list cruise destination. And another thing I like about cruises is that you can get a taste of various destinations from a cruise ship and then decide if you'd like to return to those places for a vacation destination there instead of like a cruise. I would also love to go back to Santorini, Greece as just a standalone trip. That was a lot of fun and I loved Santorini, and it's just so easy to get around the island because we stayed on like the far side of the island, but the like main touristy little towns, Thea and Ia, those 2 towns, which are fairly close to where the cruise is tender into. And when I went, it was October, so it was 100% the off season, and it was absolutely amazing. And every time we went into town, there was no cruise ships, so that was awesome. I would absolutely love to return to Santorini and maybe even go to any of the other Greek islands as well. A Mediterranean cruise would be fun. What type of music do you like? So I enjoy a variety of different music. So I have always enjoyed pop music. I have always enjoyed rock music. And I have really also always enjoyed EDM music. And so in my lifetime, I've kind of gone through phases where I am all about one of those genres specifically. And for a really long time, I only listened to pop music and forgot that I liked rock. I forgot that I liked EDM. And so at that point, I really got into EDM a lot, and that's all I listened to for a long time. I don't know how anybody does eyeliner while or lip liner while talking, so I'm gonna do my lips and be right back. Lips are done. So let me finish this thought, and then we're gonna move to the bathroom so I can do something with my hair. And then I was reminded I liked bands after I met my husband, like Shinedown and 3 Days Grace, because I had seen those bands in concert when I was a teenager. Was reminded that I enjoyed rock music. I don't know how I forgot that genre even existed, that I even liked it, that I even did those things. I do, and I did. So I kind of switched for a while, switched between today's hits and pop music and rock, and more like that soft rock of 30 Days Grace and Shine Down, and more punk rock, if you will. I don't know these subgenres of rock very well, so I listen to what I like, and I don't really care what it's called, to be honest. Would it make it easier to like search for new music? Probably, but that's okay. Anyway, and then I switched 100% to only listening to audiobooks for like 2 years, which was fine, but I really got tired of just listening to audiobooks, and then I rediscovered my love for rock and really getting into more heavier rock this past year. The first band that really got me back into it was Falling in Reverse. And I had heard of them when I was younger, but they have elements of harsh vocals, and at that time, any element of harsh vocals was I don't like this band, period. Now, it could be like 30 to 40% of the song, and as long as the chorus fully isn't in harsh vocals, I typically like it. Anyway, started with Falling in Reverse, and then the station that my Pandora created with Falling in Reverse gave me other music similar to it, like Sleep Theory and Bad Omens and I Prevail, which I Prevail I had heard of a long time ago, some Asking Alexandria songs, like a whole lot of different music and bands that I had heard of when I was younger. I just wrote them off because I didn't want to listen to a single song with any harsh vocals in it, which is a shame because I missed out on a lot of these really good bands. So then I got introduced to Sleep Token via TikTok and obsessed. I had heard bits and pieces of songs for probably a good year, maybe 6 months, before I actually decided to give their songs like full listen throughs, because I'd get, bits and pieces on TikTok from people using their songs for whatever video in their audios. And so I think it was the main song that I got introduced to was, which song? Emergence. So essentially their new album is what hooked me in. And when their new album came out, it was on repeat for a good 3, 4, 5 months. Yeah. And then Bad Omens came out with their 3 singles that are out with no album release date, as far as I know, at the time of filming this. And I'm obsessed. I have had those 3 songs on repeat a lot. And then I constantly return back to listening to Bad Omens as a whole. They're my current obsession of a band. I most recently got back into listening to EDM artists like Marshmello and Flux Pavilion and Illenium. For a while I was trying to get back into EDM, and so I do the radio station through Pandora. I just recently switched to YouTube Music. I don't use Pandora anymore. But with that, at the time, I'd click on the EDM hits station, and it would just give me mostly covers, like dance covers of songs that existed before. And I'm like, that's cool and all, but I'd also like some original EDM music. So I didn't really pursue that much further. This year I've been really into much more heavier rock stuff. I don't know what genre you would actually call it. I think I'm just gonna use my hair waver. Okay, next question is, what's your go-to outfit when you want to feel confident? That is an absolutely good question, because I don't go anywhere but work and like the gym or for a run. So I don't typically go places where I need to really get dressed. And so I don't have much of a style outside of comfy clothes and gym wear. So that is something I'm working on, starting with simply changing out of the clothes that I wore to bed, my pajamas, into, even if it's just a different pair of sweats and a different shirt, so that I'm wearing something different than what I slept in. And for work, I wear a company branded polo and jeans. I don't really get dressed up in any way for work. That is something I'm working on, figuring out what my style is. Next question. What is your biggest goal right now? Right now, I have two big goals. So one is to complete my half marathon in next month. And then my other big goal is to be able to do social media and content creation full time, but I know that that takes time. So I am just working on putting out quality content that's authentic and not super scripted. I have a bunch of shorts that I did trying to promote being a travel agent and trying to, reach an audience to gain clients, but those were scripted and I really don't like how they turned out. I've been posting them sporadically because I still think it's great information. It's just my delivery with scripted content just is flat. And I'd rather post authentic, like here's my personality kind of content than trying to script everything. I'd rather reach an audience that kind of likes me for me, because ultimately I want to do travel and lifestyle content where I'm just sharing my travels and my everyday life and essentially what I am doing. And if people enjoy my content and would love to book a trip with me, then that's absolutely fine. Right now, my only clients are myself. And that is okay because I am able to book my own trips and earn commissions off of it. And really, commissions are really small. They're really not that big, depending on the price of the trip. But those are my two big goals: to finish this half marathon and then grow my social media. I'm going to finish up my hair and then we'll answer one more question and then wrap up this video. Last question. What's a piece of advice you'd give your younger self? Oh goodness. Okay, so I would definitely tell myself not to be a people pleaser, that I can live my life for myself, and that is absolutely acceptable. I do not owe anybody anything, and it is okay to get out of situations and friendships or relationships that do not serve you, period. I know that now as an adult, and it's been great. And another piece of advice is also making friends is hard as an adult, but that's also okay. And any relationship worth pursuing, friendships, romantic or otherwise, it takes work from both parties. I have always had friendships that are one-sided and I'm doing all the work. If I completely stop contacting them, there's zero contact at all. So once I realized that those things happen in certain relationships that I've had in my life, I just realized those aren't real friends. And also another thing on friendships is that it is okay to have friends in your life for a specific amount of time. They serve their purpose as that time happened, well, for whatever reason, whatever thing brought you together. And if you grow apart, you grow apart. And that's it. However, if you want to maintain friendships, it's still work on both parties. And also understanding that adulthood happens and we are all in it the same. Everyone has different adult struggles and things like that. So this is the final look, and all of the makeup that I used that I can link will be linked down below. I actually have a lot of old makeup that I don't think they sell anymore, so I'll link what I can if you're interested in whatever I used. And I think I'm going to end this video here. I hope you got to know me a lot more, and I hope you will subscribe to my channel. I am getting ready for a cruise next week, and with that cruise kicks off a ton of cruise content every single week, because I have another trip in January and then in March and then April, and I'll have tons of content from there on. And also my second video of the week, I'll be posting my everyday life. I'll update on how my half marathon training and how the marathon actually goes, the half marathon, and all of that. So I hope you consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.